What's good, everybody? My name is Pushaman, and welcome back to another Mojumon Crimson Direct. So at the last one, we gave you some of the backstory behind this project, how it came to be, and most importantly, our proof of concept. We wanted to show that Crimson could become something the entire dojo could enjoy, from warriors who are completely new to Pokemon and Mojumon, all the way to the seasoned sweats in the VGC masterminds. We introduced the new starters in the world of Mojumon, Wilting and Brawling Driplet. We outlined the core game mechanics, showcased the warriors themselves, and gave everyone their first real look at what a full Mojumon game could become. But that first direct was exactly that, a first look. It was the beginning of an idea that still had room to grow a lot more. Now, with a full year of experience under our belts, we've taken everything we created, turned it up several notches, and made some major upgrades to the Crimson experience. We've expanded the game, rebuilt entire systems, and prepared Crimson for its next major iteration. And trust me, we have learned a lot in a very short amount of time. But I'll let Novas tell you more about that.
Hello everybody, and welcome to this year's Mojumon Crimson Direct. My name is Green Novas, and we got a whole lot in store for you. We're going to show off some new features, new game mechanics, we got new art, we got new challenges, we got a bunch of stuff. We haven't even scratched the surface of what we're gonna do for this game. So, without further ado, thank you all again for joining me. Let's get into it. So it's been a full year since the last direct. Last year at the barbecue, we first introduced the game, kind of giving a proof of concept for everything. And over this past year, we've learned a lot. We've upped the visual quality of this game immensely. Even simple things like the camera movement. We've got new plugins that just make the camera move smoother. When it comes to like visual upgrades, all the sprites and everything that were in last year, we got characters like No Neck Nero that now, you get the upgrades that you're asking for. Everybody's Rapture characters, if you have art, is in, and they look almost exact with some slight modifications to what your art looks like now. We couldn't do that kind of stuff before last year. We just didn't have the ability. But we've learned so much over the past year. I've recently, in the past week or so, I've just learned how to create moves. So there's not a lot in the game as it is now, but we got custom moves coming, Rapture related ones, things that on your Mojumon documents. That's kind of stuff's coming to the game, so that's on full release. But we've been working, man. The biggest lesson is sometimes we've just had to start over. I've made maps before that have been okay, but when I stop and look at it, I'm like, I just don't like this anymore. I've had to just scrap it and start over. And at first it feels like a burden, but when I actually get the product that I'm looking for, and it's just so worth it. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned over this past year from this game, is just it's okay to just stop and start over sometimes. That's just what we needed to do. And part of that starting over is we've completely redone the stat system for Mojumon. So we've implemented an archetype system where every single Mojumon is now categorized into a specific archetype. Now, what does that mean? So basically, there are different categories that your Mojumon could fit into. We've got physical attackers, special attackers, tanks, balanced utility, support, and glass cannons. So the ones like physical and special attackers, very high attack stats, pretty medium to low defense stats, very high speed. These Mojumon are meant to outspeed others and hit really hard. They are not good at taking a hit, but that's, pros and cons. There are tanks that are meant to take hits. They can stall you out for sure. They can eat almost any hit and just wait you out. But their attack stats are pretty low. Their speed pretty low. The balanced utility users are like all-rounders. They've got medium stats and everything. Attack, defense, speed, HP. It's all pretty even across the board. These are Mojumon that are just meant to be balanced. They can do a little of everything. You can mix up their movesets. You can make them a little more defensive, a little more attack focus, physical, special, whatever your heart's desire. And then we've got like the glass cannons, where their defense stats are low, non-existent, but they will outspeed you and they hit like a truck. So, but they can't eat a hit most likely. But that's the point of them being so fast. So, being able to do this, before we would take Pokemon and almost one-to-one copy them over as like a template and put the Mojumon name on it. So, for example, we take Infernape and just slaps Blazampion's name on it and call it done. But it didn't feel very personal. It felt too repetitive. So eventually we get to a point where even though there's more Pokemon than Mojumon, some of them just don't fit where we're trying to go. And it gets to be repetitive. We may use Infernape's moveset 3 times or this Pokemon, that Pokemon, over and over. And then I'm thinking, why would I use this Mojumon here when I could use a different Mojumon? And that goes in with every Mojumon is somebody's favorite. We want to make this game playable for whatever Mojumon you want on your team. You can play with them. That is the main goal. Every single Mojumon should be strong and playable, no matter what you want to go with. Switching to this archetype system, we've literally gone one by one. All, 326 Mojumon in this current dex? More to come. And we've just gone one by one, gave them an archetype, gave them their stats. Movesets are still in progress. We're still in beta. It's going to take a long time. But this way, every single Mojumon gets the care that it needs. There should be very few repeats. Some of them, we really cooked on some of these, man. Some of these are really, really good movesets and stats and abilities. But this way, every single Mojumon gets some care. No matter what you want to play with, everyone will have their favorite Mojumon be good, and they can play with them. So, still on the topic of Mojumon in the stats format, typings. So originally, there are some Mojumon typings that do not correlate to Pokemon typings. So ones that don't exist: Dragon, Bug, Rock and Ground are combined into Earth, Ghost. Those types don't exist in the Mojumon world. So to make things simpler and to broaden the spectrum of Mojumon as it is, we've decided to add those typings in and give them their own unique names. The Ghost typing is Spirit, the Dragon type is Draconic, the Bug type is Insect, Rock is Stone. So doing this makes it so that we can give certain Mojumon that are obviously a certain type, we can give them the correct typing and movesets and make it a lot more natural feeling. So like the Dracolin's line, now they have the Draconic typing. Before, they were just Ice, Earth, Fire. Now they've got Dragon or Draconic in it, and that just expands into a whole new world of movesets, and it just makes their typing so much better. On the topic of typing, this is for all the new players, those that are not familiar with Pokemon. We have implemented a type chart, and you get this type chart at the very beginning of the game. and it's in your key items. You can open it up and it'll literally have a breakdown and show you exactly what's super effective on what's not very effective, what's completely ineffective, neutral. It gives you a whole breakdown of all the typings. And you can even scroll through the pages and look one by one to make it simpler. So this is for newer players that don't know Pokemon typings very well. This will help you learn it straight out the gate. And so also the UI when you're battling will tell you what's super effective or ineffective while you're in the battle against other Mojumon. In that top right corner, it's going to have a little picture and it's got a symbol that'll tell you if something is super effective. Now, the caveat to this is you got to fill out your Mojucon. You got to catch things. Once you catch it, then their data gets implemented and you'll start to know. So, catch everything you see, fill out your Mojucon. Another reason to fill out your Mojucon is Ryu. Ryu is in the game. He's also in that starting town, and he gives you certain items based on how many Mojumon you've caught. He's got a whole, once you catch 25, you get a certain item. Then he changes it up to 100. Once you get 100, you get another item. 200. Complete the dex, you get special items. So, and every single Mojumon is catchable. Every single Mojumon in the dex in our current 326 is catchable. So if you go against a Mojumon, you're like, man, I hope I can get one of those. You can, somewhere. Might be rare, but every single Mojumon you can find in the wild. So to continue with the UI, we've got some other added features as well. So now when you do a summary on your Mojumon, you can tab over to your moves, you can forget a move, or you can have it relearn a certain move. So let's say you just caught a wild Mojumon at level 30. The game will naturally just delete old moves as it levels up in the wild. So if there are certain moves that you've missed out on, you can, from your party pack, just relearn old moves. Even if you delete one, you can just relearn all of those. So this makes it so that you can have access to your entire Mojumon's moveset all at once. You don't have to go find some random person in a building and talk to them to have them relearn it with a specific item or anything like that. You have full access to your Mojumon's movesets as they level up. Of course, if your Blazampian learns Flamethrower at level 50, you won't have access to it until you get to that level. Now, I briefly touched on Mojumon's moves earlier. This one I'm very excited about. So, to give you a few examples, we've Mojufied a couple of moves, like Fake Out, the move that always goes first, and when it hits, it makes the enemy Mojumon flinch. We've renamed that to Stunner. Another example is Quiver Dance, a move that boosts the special attack speed and special defense of your Mojumon. We've renamed that to Kitsubi's Dance. We've made that specifically for Kitsubi. And there are going to be other moves that kind of change over to Mojumon moves. They'll primarily stay Pokemon moves, but we're going to be implementing brand new moves that are Mojumon related. So the things that you see on the Mojumon doc on the website, we are going to transition and convert them into Pokemon style moves. That one's going to take a lot of time. So it's not available for the alpha yet, but that is coming. That's coming for sure. And another thing we want to do is have signature moves. So very powerful moves that only certain Mojumon can learn. The starters for sure are going to have them. All the awakenings are going to have them. And then we'll sprinkle them here and there throughout other Mojumon. So again, not available for the beta yet, but it will be coming in the future. So as far as things that are available in this demo, things that are different from the alpha version, now we're moving up to the beta. So you've got all 8 Mojumon mansions are available. After you collect all 8 of your badges, there is the Elite Four that you can challenge as well. A specific group of warriors that are very difficult to beat, but you can take on the challenge. So you got 8 mansions, the Elite Four. We've made something brand new. These are called dojo challenges. There are small dojos throughout the region. There are 4 of them. Each realm has one: Angel Army, Demon Time, Mortals, Security. The purpose of these is there is a leader in there, and there are 5 dojo related tamers. You beat the tamers, and then you can challenge the leader. These are not mansions. These are not mansions, and they're not shoguns. These are just special challenges. This was the best way that we felt we could implement the dojo warriors without just scattering them all throughout the region. And then once you beat the leader of the dojo, you get a special item. And once you beat all 4 dojos, you will get a special reward. Another thing that's changed in this iteration is the Safari Zone and the EXP Farm. Both of them are evolving maps. So, as you progress through the game, these maps are going to change. The Mojumon that you can find in those areas is going to change. The levels are going to increase as you increase, and some of them will just have brand new Mojumon. I will give you a word of advice. Keep an eye on that Safari Zone as you go up. That's all I'm going to say. And the XP Farm, also known as the Training Grounds, is where the best spot that you can go to level up your Mojumon. So there's a specific area right behind the central dojo where you can go in. All the Mojumon in that area give increased experience, with the New York Rat giving the most experience. So it's just a simple way that you can grind. I hate spending hours and hours and hours leveling up in Pokemon games. So I implemented this as a simple way to level up, because we know you just want to progress through the game. You don't want to spend hours leveling up, especially since this game is challenging. And being at your best all the time will be very beneficial for you. So it is difficult, but there are ways to train as long as you use all your resources. So something else that we've added, and I'm going to be real careful with my words here. There are special Mojumon that you can find. You will have to look for them. And that's all I'm going to say.
Now that you understand how the new archetype system works, we have to address the elephant in the room and what that means for the Mojumon themselves. Throughout everyone's streams, testing sessions, and all of the feedback we received from everyone playing Crimson, it became very clear that some Mojumon needed a little extra love. Some needed a buff, and others were just receiving a little bit too much love. Mamuba. With the introduction of archetypes, we had to take a much deeper look at how every Mojumon performs. It was no longer enough for a Mojumon to simply have good stats or powerful moves. Each one needed a clear purpose on the team. What is this Mojumon supposed to do? How does it contribute to a battle? And most importantly, does another Mojumon already perform better in that same role? All this meant revisiting Mojumon who struggled to find a meaningful place within the original system. We didn't want any Mojumon to feel like something you immediately replace or completely ignore just because a stronger option exists. We want every Mojumon to have a reason to be chosen. Some Mojumon received improved stats or updated movesets. Others got updated abilities and typings, or their overall battle rules adjusted to better support their new archetype. And yes, sadly, a few of the strongest Mojumon had to be brought back down to the mortal realm. Because if one Mojumon is dominating every battle and every team, then the rest of the roster never gets his opportunity to shine. Even though his stats and archetypes changed, his abilities and movesets did not, and he's still a fantastic option. Just don't expect to get him as early as you're normally used to. Now, I must say, this is still an ongoing process, And as more warriors play Crimson and we get feedback, we'll continue to watch, listen, and make tweaks and adjustments as needed. So enjoy the buffs, prepare for the nerfs, and you Mamuba users, you'll be okay. Probably. Maybe. No, you won't. The battle systems weren't the only part of Crimson that received a major upgrade. Since the first Direct, we've also been working to create a better visualization of the game. Thank you all to who supported the creation of Crimson on the GoFundMe. We have more coming later about this, but it was because of your contributions that we were able to have custom maps created, especially for Sapphire City, and custom artwork for the main characters and some Mojumon that will be revealed soon. We've made some big changes to the sprites and character art when dialogue or battles are shown. You'll see cleaner outlines of sprites of the Mojumon and other characters, more poses, and, most importantly, our boy De Niro finally has a neck. Pause. As we take Crimson into its next big update, we want to use as little AI as possible and use original art and in-game assets as much as we can. It helped us during the earlier concept stages, which allowed us to experiment with things quickly and get our ideas across, but that's really it. We're going to make a conscientious effort to make sure that Mojumon Crimson is a unique experience all around. A big shout out to Ryu for helping make some of our ideas come to life, which you'll see coming up. By going in this direction, we've also revamped the designs of our main characters. We wanted to give them a more personal touch while making them feel more expressive and lively. This new artwork gives each character much more style and personality, and we're extremely happy with how they turned out, man. Sky is also playing a bigger role this time around too. Previously, the faction outfits were kept in your house or in a dojo as sort of a closet. However, we wanted to incorporate more warriors into the journey and make earning the outfits feel more personal. So now, as you progress through the game and defeat the mansions associated with each faction, Sky will reward you with their outfits and clothing.
Alright, so let's get into the story. So this iteration of the game does not have the full story yet. It does have certain teases and hints that lead into the full game, but the actual story and plot of the game is not coming until the full release. We wanted to get the skeleton, basically, just the framework of the game out and playable for you guys, and then we're gonna release the story mode, pretty much. And when the story comes out, it will completely change the entire game. It's gonna be just a lot more content, more features, and just a good plot to go with it. We've got some crazy things planned. Some of it I have no idea how to even do yet, but we're gonna figure it out. So the outline of the story is the Crimson Squad has been gone for 10 years. No one's seen any trace of them, but now they're starting to pop up in pockets here and there. Rush and Roulette still haven't been seen, but there are new commanders, Crash and Burn, that have been kind of stirring up some trouble. And they have a certain few group of followers that are starting to make a resurgence as well. So Awakenings is a huge part of the game. That's our take on Mega Evolution from Pokemon. So the Crimson Squad does not have the ability to awaken their Mojumon. They don't have the soul connection that is required to awaken their Mojumon to their full potential. So what do? To combat this, they cheat. They basically want to make their own powerful Mojumon. They will take one Moju and just rip it apart and fuse it with another one. So the premise of the story is going to be Awakenings versus Fusions, and we have to see which one comes out on top. You got the ethical Awakenings, where you want to make a soul connection with your Mojumon, you want to befriend them, versus the unethical Fusions, where they're just literally ripping them apart, fusing them together, combining their moves, their typings, and just making them aggressive creatures and weapons, basically. So we gotta see which one wins in the end. Now, speaking of awakenings, we have put a lot of work into creating these. And right now, as it stands with this version of the game, there are 13 awakenings that are available. You have seen Mabumafu and Shinobi. Shinobi you saw in the last demo, and Mabumafu we've recently released in the Mojumon server. And I think it's time that you get to see the other 11.
Making bangers.
This man expects me to follow up after that big reveal? Brother. All right. So, where do we go from here? What's the next steps? Everything you've seen today represents a major step forward for Mojumon Crimson. With an almost complete map, a Mojicon over 300 plus Mojus, and almost all of the warriors in the game, there's only one step left, and that's the final story. First, we want to continue to develop the complete Crimson story. We've given you the introduction and the beginning of Sensei's investigation into this Crimson Squad, but the full story will go much deeper. Pause. You'll learn more about the Crimson Squad, their secrets behind some of their experiments, and how their actions have and can affect Mojumon across the region. We're planning to incorporate every warrior, old and new, so we really capture the essence of what the Rapture is all about. So you'll see more familiar faces and personalities, some quotes, gimmicks, and much more. Now, I know it's been mentioned a lot, but over 300 Mojumon isn't anything just to mention. That's a huge amount of Mojus to hunt across the region, so there's plenty to catch along your journey in this new update. The reason why we reached this much is because we've added Chaos and Harmony Mojumons in this new update as well. So get to hunting. I know what y'all want to hear. I know you're waiting for it. Online? PvP? Online battles? We're currently learning how to do this, and we think we've cracked the code. We're projecting that online will be coming on the full 1.0 release of Mojumon Crimson. There's still a lot we need to learn about that, so more time is needed. But Novas is a madman, so there's a chance this may come sooner rather than later. There's a lot coming in this iteration of Crimson that should provide over 20 hours of gameplay, not including catching all of the Mojus, Radiant hunting, and more. So you have some stuff to take care of. Y'all remember now though, this game isn't a cakewalk. The same Mojumon you can use and create on your teams, the Shoguns and Tamers in the world have them too. Be careful. Before we wrap up, I have one more update for you guys as well about Cybrex. This is for everyone who participated and helped fund on the GoFundMe. Thank you guys again, and everyone who has done that, we have your names. You'll now be able to redeem a code and get Cybrex to be able to use in Mojumon Crimson. There will be a code for you guys to redeem. We'll provide that, and you'll be able to get Cybrex in an egg and have him on your journey as you begin. Before we close out this direct, we also want to thank some of the people who helped make this version of Crimson possible. I say some, but there's actually quite a few of you. First and foremost, I gotta thank Green Novas, man. He's called the Divine Mastermind for a reason. From the ideas he has to develop the game, because he's really the one who's building an RPG maker. He's bringing all of these systems together and bringing it to life, and it's been awesome to see how much he's learned building the game and see Crimson really be a thing. I also want to thank our alpha testers for this iteration, Scream and Ray. They've played about 8 or 9 unfinished versions of the game, found things we've missed after staring at the same area for hours, the same area that they're in, and continue to break systems and even find things all now, like right now, even after we fix them. And it was also Ray's initial feedback that sparked the archetype revamp, and it's been so great to see that they're not only testing the game, but they're playing and enjoying it. So thank you guys. Last but certainly not least, a big thank you to Ryu, you the Warriors, and Streamer Man. I mean, Ryu really outdid himself with the Awakenings and took our concepts and really ran with them and rapturified them. He nailed almost every single one with no changes, and we couldn't be happier. And CJ in the dojo, from watching everyone who played on the streams, that little whole stream roulette, it was everyone clamoring and wanting it on the Steam Deck and mobile. All of the feedback really lit a fire under us to continue to push and see this through. We knew it was going to be pretty good because, I mean, Mojumon is awesome. But man, y'all got us hyped for this thing specifically. So thank you so much for the feedback, the ideas, filling out the surveys, contributing, all that stuff, man. I hope that you enjoy this next big update of Mojumon Crimson, and I'll let the green one take us home. Deuces.
I hope you guys enjoyed this year's Mojumon Crimson Direct. We have so many things planned, so many things. We really wanted to just get this game out to you guys so that you know that we're working. We are going to finish this game 100%. And I want to special thank you to everybody that donated. That GoFundMe was game changing. Because of that, we were able to get the Awaken forms from Ryu. We got special assets made for Sapphire City, the biggest city in the game, where a bulk of the story, like the climax of the story, is going to happen in that city. So the fact that now we have it looking so good is all thanks to you guys. It really is. Because stuff is expensive. Custom art is expensive, and we really just didn't want to rely on AI for every single thing, because it just doesn't come out the same. So thank you so much to all you guys that donated. You guys are making this game possible. On that note, some other special thank yous. Thank you to Pushaman, my right hand, my sidekick. Without him, I could not have progressed this game as far as we have. He does a lot of the document work, like inputting movesets, stats, things like that. the stuff that while I'm creating the actual levels of the map and making events and that kind of thing, he's doing the side work that just it has to get done or else the game can't function. If I were doing this by myself, we'd have 3 mansions and 20 Mojumon, and that's it. But he's been an amazing asset, especially since he kind of just got dragged into it. And when I originally came with this concept, one of the first things he said was, just let me know if you need help. I didn't ask for help. I kind of just assumed I would just do this by myself as a little passion project. But he just jumped in immediately, and it's just been a great help, and I'm glad he's on the team. I plan on tripling his pay coming up pretty soon. But with that being said, if you guys experience bugs, glitches, if you think of anything in the game, you're like, man, why is this so difficult? Why can't I get past this part? It's his fault, and it's not my fault. You should go to him with those problems, not me. Remember that. Another special thank you to our alpha testers, Ray and Scream. They have put in a lot of work the past couple weeks just playing the game, and that's what we need. We need people playing the game. Without it, we can't catch bugs. There's certain bugs that we would never see, because if you don't play it in the sequence of the game, then you'll never find it. I can go and input myself into the game all day long, and there's just some bugs I'll never see. So thank you so much to Ray and Scream. Your great attention to detail is what's going to make this game so good. We want to put it out with as little bugs and crashes or glitches as possible, and because of you guys, we're able to do that. So thank you very much. Another thank you to Ryu and Sky. Sky has done a majority of the dojo's art. So without great artists, like we don't have a game. So because Sky was able to just do so much of the dojo character art, like now we can portray all of you in the game, and I think that is just an incredible thing. And then another shout out to Ryu. He's the one that has designed all the Mojumon, and we came to him with our idea for the Awaken forms. We sent him some like AI concepts, and he was able to bring them to life, and that's just an amazing thing. I admire both of their talent, that they're able to just take our ideas and bring them to life, and better than we could even imagine. So we really appreciate all our dojo artists, and a thank you to CJ and the rest of the dojo. Without CJ, we wouldn't have a dojo, right? That's the reason we're all here. It's the reason we're all just chilling at the barbecue, right? All of us right here, right now. We're just chilling because CJ has built this amazing community, and I personally just love being a part of it. You just don't get this experience in very many places, and it's just such a unique opportunity, really, to just be a part of something so great. And thank you guys, the dojo, for just being so involved and caring and being an actual community. We're so strong together, and that's what just makes this place so great. And thank you guys for just giving us a chance and just playing our game that we've worked really hard for. But it's nothing without the players. I can make this game all day long. If nobody plays it, then who cares, right? So thank you guys for playing and getting excited and showing that you care. We're streaming the game. One of my favorite parts last year was just seeing everybody tag team streams, and I'm like, okay, you're streaming, all right, I'm done. Who's next? All right, you're streaming, all right, cool. Now who's next? And I love that moment last year. It was amazing. I look forward to doing it this year. I know I'm gonna be streaming it. My Nuzlocke. I can't wait to see CJ's reaction to some things. I can't wait to see all you guys playing the game. So with that being said, thank you so much, Dojo, CJ, Pushaman, the alpha testers, our artists, every single one of you guys. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are making this game a real thing, and you're giving me some purpose for this passion project, and I couldn't thank you all enough. With that being said, when's the release of the game, Novas? So this beta version of Mojumon Crimson will be available on August 8th. That is about 1 week from this broadcast. The reason that we're delaying it is because we want, one, to make sure that everybody's home from the barbecue so that we can all play it at the same time. It was great last year having it available, right at the end of the Direct. But there were some people that just couldn't play the game, didn't have access to it, whatever. So I want to make sure this time everybody starts at the same time. We can all get home, be safe, and just hop on Mojumon Crimson. And we have a date to look forward to. Maybe we'll have a little watch party or a little play party, something like that. So August 8th is the release date for Mojumon Crimson, the beta version. And I actually do have one more announcement that's pretty important. And this might be the most important thing in this whole video. So you have to remember that when
Cute Direct. Cute Awakenings.
What is that?
Cute little heroes.
What's going on?
Well, looks like we interrupted your little presentation. You've all been so busy showing everyone your new toys. You never noticed what we've been building.
While you were chasing soul gems, we found something far more interesting.
Power like this can't be awakened. It has to be created.
Sensei, you're too late. You tried to put us away.
You and your awakenings won't stop what's coming.
We'll see you very soon.